Arya getting to Winterfell, though, had nothing to do with Jon. She just randomly hears that the Boltons are done, and Jon's now king in the north. David and Dan ended the Night King story in the most boring way possible. Just a generic battle that was so poorly done, you couldn't even see much. The choreography was a total mess, especially compared to earlier battles that were better on less budget. And logic? It died first in this fight. The Dothraki charging openly at the Whites and dying, despite saying in the meeting they couldn't win a straight fight? Genius.
We can't beat them in a straight fight.
Then Winterfell's people hiding in the crypts with dead bodies lying around. Brilliant. And then Arya kills the Night King. She was never even connected to the White Walkers. Think about it. Was there ever a single mention of them in Arya's story? She had her own arc, her own enemies. The Night King had nothing to do with her, so there's no satisfaction in her killing the show's biggest villain. Compare that to Joffrey and Ramsay's deaths in earlier seasons. Those were so satisfying. For Jon Snow, this would have been an emotional victory. He'd been fighting the White Walkers since Season 1. The Night King was his arch-nemesis. David and Dan say they wanted a surprise element, but ruining the story for a shock is nonsense. Jon Snow spent the entire show, from the end of Season 1 onward, preparing for this threat. Every decision he made was influenced by the Night King's danger in some way, so I think Jon should have been the one to kill him. Would that be predictable? Yeah, absolutely. But at least his character arc would have had some kind of payoff. The whole point of Season 7 was Jon rallying the Lords of Westeros to help in this fight. Jon convinced Daenerys to pause her campaign against Cersei and join him. Jon organized the Dragon Pit meeting to negotiate a ceasefire. So even if Jon killing the Night King felt too predictable, whoever killed him should have been at Winterfell because of Jon. The story's whole conclusion should have been that if Jon hadn't united everyone and pushed them to set aside their differences, the Night King would have won. The person killing the Night King could have even been Daenerys herself, since she was there because of Jon. But I think the best option would have been Jaime Lannister. Jaime, who fought against the Starks for so long, saving Winterfell would have been perfect. Jaime, the guy who tried to kill Bran in the very first episode, ending up as the one to save him in the end. He'd be an ideal choice too, because he was the only one who came north after that disastrous King's Landing meeting. The campaign to bring a White to Cersei backfired. It didn't gain them anything, and instead handed the Night King a dragon. The only thing that came out of the Dragon Pit meeting was Jaime heading north. But even in the battle, he doesn't do much. If Jaime had killed the Night King, Jon Snow's plan would have meant something. If Jon hadn't gone south to meet Cersei, Jaime wouldn't have gone north to take on the Night King. And if Jaime had died killing him, his character arc wouldn't have been ruined later on.